we all learn about love through different life experiences. What is acceptable to me may be unacceptable to you, and what is acceptable to you may be unacceptable to me. At the end of the day, we have to define love for ourselves. How we choose to receive and give love is up to us to define. Hello, welcome to the chat with Selassie, and I am Selassie. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch today's episode. Have you subscribed? Okay, if you have you hit the notification button, making sure that you are not missing any of our videos? If you haven't subscribed and this is your first time, well, welcome to our community. We hope that our content resonates with you and that you join our family. We'd love to have you. Today, I will be having a chat with Blake. We are going to be chatting about sex before marriage or sex after marriage. What side of the spectrum he's on. And I am very interested to hear this from a man because the first time we had this conversation, it was with a woman. So yeah, let's see what the man has got to say. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't go nowhere and make sure to share this video. We'd love for as many people to watch it as possible. So do me the honor of sharing the video as well. Thank you. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming here today.
Absolutely.
I know that I didn't give you a lot of time, but you still make time for us. And so I really appreciate you and your time.
No, thank you. I'm just glad to be here. Yeah.
So I am so excited to have this chat with you because I'd like to know your perspective as a man. It's going to be an interesting conversation. So to start with, I was on a dating app some time back. One of my clients, they had met on this dating app. And so she said, Celeste, we need to get you on a dating app. So maybe you can find someone good there. That's how I found my husband. So she set up my profile and everything. And I started, talking to some men here and there. And there was this particular man, we were chatting, things like that. And we got to the topic of he had brought about, I think, intimacy. So we're saying something along the lines of the role, I think the importance of intimacy in a partnership. That's what we said. And I said that, I've always wanted to wait till marriage before sex, before having sex. But, I'm okay with cuddling and kissing. I love to kiss. I enjoy kissing. Mm-hmm. And I love to cuddle. But I've always wanted to wait when it comes to sex. And then he is 36. He was 36 years old at the time. And so he tested me this. He said, waiting till marriage. I'm 36. I'm not screwing around for years without sex to maybe marry someone. We need to know if we're sexually compatible. And then I responded by saying, I totally understand if that's one of your priorities. Do you think you can't tell through kisses and cuddles if you are sexually compatible with someone? And then he responded, you need sex to know that intimacy. Plus, I'm not going to miss out on that at my age. Okay, so this was the conversation between me and that guy. And I know that a lot of people say that, men need sex. Men need sex. It is important. Yes, I think that men are, they stay ready. They are always ready. Women can go a long time without sex. So I want to know from your perspective as a man, do you prefer relationship with sex where, sex is part of the relationship, or would you rather wait till after marriage to have sex?
So from my experience, I've always had, my relationships did involve sex.
It did or it didn't?
It did.
Okay.
It did. And Yeah, so that's what I would prefer. I personally, my flesh would prefer to have sex during
I like
the
that.
relationship.
Okay.
But as a Christian, as a believer, um, the Word of God says that it is right for a man and woman to save that until marriage. And I believe that we're greatly loved by God. And I believe God has good intentions for us, even if it's for things that we don't want. So I'm at the point in my life where I do want to wait until marriage. Am I saying I'm going to do that? I'm going to try my best, and I have to have someone who has the same intention. And so, because I can't do it alone.
Yes.
I personally can't. As a man, like, the way I'm designed, I can't do it on my own. I need somebody that's going to help me, through that.
One thing that stood out to me when you were talking is that you said my flesh, right? You said
Yeah.
my flesh wants it, but. So I like that you acknowledge that, the flesh may want something, the flesh may want sex, but you are willing to, put off or put away what your flesh wants to pursue something that you think will be will be more advantageous to you in the long term. So you also said that in your previous relationships, yes, you did sex was part of your relationships and all that. What made you like change? Is it just the word of God, or was it also something more personal that made you decide that like I'm not going to, I want to try, or I want to wait till married to have sex with my lady?
Yeah, so, every relationship that I've been in and, we had sex. After we would break up and things wouldn't work out, I just wasn't fulfilled. And there have been times where I was hurt. And, through my first breakup, I believe that that breakup led to me being, more cynical towards women. And and the things I was absorbing in my life, like the music, the shows that I was watching, it glorified sex. And it was programming me to think a certain way about sex. That's the way the world thinks of sex, at least in America. And at one point, I had a very promiscuous phase, specifically when I was in college.
Yeah.
And
I feel like a lot of people have those
Yeah.
phases, those phases in college. I feel like a lot of people go through that phase.
Yeah,
the
I didn't want
promiscuous
any kind of relationship, no kind of attachment. I was like, I just want to hit it and quit it and just, go on my life. And yeah, and that was my mindset. And it wasn't sustainable and it wasn't fulfilling. And I had to go through some more negative experiences because of my mindset and decisions I made. I experienced a lot of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. When I believe if I would have had a better mindset and just handled that breakup from high school, differently, having more of trying to get to really know the person before having sex with them, I could have experienced a lot more peace and a lot less anxiety and a lot less of those negative feelings. But, I believe that all things work together. And now I have something to share with someone that's maybe going through something similar.
Yeah. So the fact that you did not like how having sex too soon with someone affected you, was that the reason why you decided now to wait till marriage to have sex?
Yeah, when you don't really know the person and then you have sex with them and you like them, I believe that your feelings become, more distorted. And your perspective changes around that person just because
kind of like your judgment is clouded.
it's clouded. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And yeah, I just don't think it's a good thing. You should have, no cloudiness. You should really study this person's behavior before you have sex with them, and not just their words, because behavior is way more powerful than words. And the mindset should be like to have a lifelong partner. At least for me, I don't want to, I want to share my life with somebody one day. And so that's my mindset currently. And that's, my take on it. Because I experienced a lot of bad things just because of the decisions I made by just having sex.
See. Wow. So with this saying that men stay ready, people are like, it's hard for a man to stay without sex. You are you able to go a long time without? I know now you have decided to wait, but how challenging is it for you to go a long time or wait?
Super challenging, like, absolutely. At first, like, it seemed like it was impossible, but it's probably, I guess, just to, be transparent, it's been about a year and a half or longer. It's been over a year and a half at this point since I've had sex.
Wow.
And that's something I never thought that I could do.
Wow,
Honestly.
okay.
I mean, but yeah, it's possible. And I had to cut out things like pornography. I tried to cut that out, towards the end of college, because I just noticed like how powerful it is on the mind. And if you take that out of your life and deprogram your mind, it can make a lot of positive changes for you. And it's just like layer by layer. It takes time, because I was exposed to it at 13.
Oh, you were exposed to sex at 13?
To pornography at 13.
Oh.
Yeah. And it became so addictive. It's so powerful. And so you get this huge adrenaline rush like every time. It just becomes something that you need to do daily. And I'm sure a lot of men would agree with me. And, it distorts your mind as well on what sex is. Because sex isn't just physical, it's spiritual as well.
Yes.
And I really do believe in, soul tie.
Yes.
I believe that you do take on some of that person's thoughts. And they take on some of your thoughts as well. And, yeah, it can be dangerous if you play around with it too much. If you have wrong intentions like I did. But I've learned from it. And I'm moving forward at this point. Trying to find the right person.
So would you say that, with all these experiences that you have and with all the things that you now want to do away with, has it made it any less challenging for you, or is still like difficult to maintain the path that you are on now, like with going no sex until I'm married?
Yeah, you have to take that energy and to put it into something else. And so I try to stay grounded by reading the Word of God every day. That's personally what I do. Praying and meditating, and working on my art, from acting and playing guitar, and just constantly working on something. And when those urges do come up, you just have to observe it, and sometimes like you're going to give in, but you can't hate on yourself. You just have to keep moving forward and just try to do better with it. But yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. And I hope it's changing me for something better, and it puts the right person in my life.
Honestly, I really appreciate your vulnerability right now, like how you're just allowing yourself to just speak freely about where you are in your journey and what you actually believe in as well. So talking about you, because you did say something, and if only you feel comfortable. If you did not feel comfortable, we don't have to go into that. But you did say that you were exposed to pornography at the age of 13. So would you say that also made you want to try sex, or have you tried sex at that time?
I didn't have sex until I was 17. But at 13, like my mindset was like, oh, I'm ready. Like I'm ready.
As young as you were.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I was ready. I was like, I'm so ready for this. And at 17... I
can just imagine the little you, 13-year-old.
Yeah, 13, 14-year-old me, like, has no idea what he's getting himself into. Poor kid. But,
yeah, go ahead.
No, and yeah, at 17, I was just like, oh, I'm so ready for this. Like,
and you in high
I know how to
school
do
by
this.
then, right?
Yeah, I'm like a junior, senior in high school. And, yeah, like, I thought I was ready. But at that age, you really don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How were you exposed to pornography at the age of 13?
I had a friend. and
we all have one of those friends?
We have that friend,
Yes.
And I was at his house, and he was showing me like his dad's magazines. he was like married, And,
yes.
And at that point, I think I had, just gotten like a laptop for Christmas. And then I realized like, oh, this is on the internet too.
Yeah.
And so that's when it became like really like an addiction, So,
and your parent didn't know what you were watching?
No. Like I get a virus on my computer, like, oh, it was from a game, like just straight up lie to them, It's so bad. But Yeah, they didn't know, or at least I don't think they knew. But
Yeah, yeah. And I also did like what you said about this is what you want to do. You want to wait, but you also you also need a partner to do it with you because you can do it by yourself.
Right.
Recently, one of my friends got married. We both know the friend I'm talking about. I did not ask permission from her, so I'm not going to mention her name. But she did get married. She's an actress too. You know who I'm talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah.
She did get married, and I know that she and her husband now, they did not have sex.
Really?
Yes, they waited until they were married because sometimes we'll even like talk about it like, oh, your first night, things like that. Like we'll talk about it, but yeah, they did not have sex. And she said something one day that stuck with me. She said, the guy, I will not. Let's say his name is M. His name starts with M. So let's say M. She was like, M also wanted that, so it made it easy. So she wanted that, and her husband also has always been someone who wanted to wait. He strongly believes in that. So the two of them were on the same path, so it made it easy for them to stop themselves or to just create that boundary and then stick to it. So what you said is very true, is that if you have a partner that is aligned with you and wants the same thing in terms of let's wait till married before we have sex, it's still going to be challenging because two people are attracted to each other, but it's going to be easier because both of you are going to hold each other accountable, and you are going to be accountable to the relationship that you are having, and just the boundary that you have created, both of you are going to uphold that that boundary and make sure that it won't happen. But if let's say you want that and then your lady doesn't want that, that makes it more hard. Like it makes it harder to wait. It makes it harder to wait. Okay, so let's talk about the dating process. Okay, dating nowadays in this day and age, sex is just being thrown about. Like people don't care about, even if they have a real connection with someone before having sex. People can go on first date and have sex. I'm not judging, okay? I'm not judging. I just know that is not, it's not for me. Going on dates or whatever and having sex, that is not for me. But I want to know your take on this. Do men think of women as being cheap when we have sex with you guys too soon?
I'm sure most guys think that. Yeah, I think guys want a challenge at the end of the day. A woman that really respects herself and her body, her temple. And yeah, I'd agree with that.
Do you think that the guy that I was having a chat with online, if I had sex with him in the early stages, you think that he would think of me as cheap?
Possibly. You don't really know what his true intentions are. So, I mean, it sounds like he was older and probably more
36.
mature and did want a relationship. I feel like he would have respected you more if you didn't on the first date. Did he say that he wanted it on the first date?
No.
Okay.
He said eventually.
Eventually, okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, he probably wouldn't have lost respect for you if it was I don't know, a few months in or something, and he got to know you over that time. But hard to say,
Yeah.
The first date, I would say,
Yeah.
it's who else are you doing with?
Yeah. At least, like you said, he was transparent with me of his, this is what I expect. I expect that when I'm in a committed relationship that I have sex with my partner. So I did appreciate his transparency. Let's talk about kiss. What is your take on having a kiss on the first date?
I think it's okay. But like you said earlier, you're talking about cuddling and kissing in bed. I believe that kind of it can just open a door, the sex. It makes it way more tempting.
Yeah. We don't have to cuddle on the bed,
Yeah, or on the couch,
on the
wherever.
couch, watching a movie.
Yeah.
Just being affectionate. I love holding hands. I love little things like that. Just being affectionate. I'm a very affectionate person. So I would love for my partner to be affectionate. I love it when we hold hands. I love it when, the person just holds me. things like that. I do love that. So I know that that opens the door, like that is like a leading way for sex to happen. But I also know that if the two of you want to wait, there is a line we can draw that, okay, we're going too far. Let's not do that. Like there are scenarios where if you're getting too close, you can put a pillow between, you two to prevent anything further from happening. I've heard people do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard people do that, and it seemed to work for them. I don't know. I've never tried it, so I do not know. But you said that having a kiss on the first date, you said it was okay?
I think it's okay.
Have you ever had a kiss on a first date?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
I had never had a kiss on a first date, and then I finally did, because it was just a strong connection. It did not feel forced. It just happened. It was just the moment called for it. So I don't regret it.
Yeah.
Now, would I do it again? I do not know, because I don't do anything intimate on a first date at all. No kiss. The most I would do is a hug. Or maybe give me a kiss here or on my forehead. That's the most I would do. But then when it finally happened, I'm like, oh, I think maybe I really like this guy, because Selassie would never do that. Let's talk about this. People also think that it is important for you to have sex so you can know if you're sexually compatible. How do you deal with that? Like, I want to wait, and my hope is that my partner would not be sexually too much for me or too less for me. My hope is that we can meet each other in the middle. My hope is that I am able to pleasure my partner and that he's able to pleasure me. We can't tell if that will happen. Is that a fear? Yes. But I've also seen it's not like a big fear for me, because I feel like through kissing and cuddling and just holding hands, like this little affectionate stuff, I'm able to tell.
Yeah, I agree.
If we are sexually compatible. Some people think that you can tell. I think you can tell, when you kiss someone, just by the way they kiss you and you kiss them back, like there is a lot you can say just by that act. So do you think that, you finding out before you are married, like, am I sexually compatible with this person? Do you like ever worry about that if I don't have sex with this person, oh, I'm wondering if you're going to be sexually compatible or not? Like, is that ever like a
thought?
a thought?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I think if you really like the person, and like you said, if like, the kiss is like on point, if like the physical touch is on point, then I think more than likely the sex is going to be good too. And over time, the more you have sex with that person, it becomes stronger. And yeah, but I think you can have a good idea of what it's going to be like. Have there been cases where like that wasn't true? Like, I'm sure. And that's kind of scary, because you just signed a lifelong contract to be with that person and you find out the sex sucks. And yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to me or you.
Me too.
Yeah, but it's just something you have to trust as well too. If that's something that you really want to do and honor yourself and honor God, like whatever it is that you want to do. I don't know if that made any sense.
No, yeah, that made a lot of sense. What do you think, like women, most of the times, I think now we're doing better, but women, a lot of the times, we find it very challenging to tell men what we want, or how to pleasure us, or, oh, maybe don't touch me this way, but I don't like it when you touch me this way. I like it when you touch me the other way. I don't like it when you do this. Like, women find it some women, not all, but most. Some women find it very challenging to communicate what they want sexually.
A lot of women struggle to communicate what they
desire.
desire.
A lot of women struggle to communicate what they desire sexually. Sometimes it's probably because we feel ashamed to talk about that with our man, or the fear of maybe the man thinking that, oh, this lady is has been out there, or the fear of we don't want to offend you, man, would you prefer your lady tell you how she would want to be pleasured, or what to do, what not to do, like what?
Yeah, everyone's different, and I don't want to. You're not gonna hurt my feelings, by telling me what you like and what you don't like. I think everyone's nervous system's designed differently, so.
So are you open to a woman telling you that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you will not think anything of the woman, any less or more of the woman?
No.
I'm gonna get a little personal, and you don't have to answer if you're not comfortable. Are you dating now?
No,
No.
I'm not.
Okay. Do you wish to date, or are you taking a break?
I'm okay right now. Yeah. I thought I wanted to date, but I'm okay right now.
You are
I'm
okay just being single right now?
Yeah, I'm just focused on, building myself and having like a firm foundation right now. I'm focused on my art, my finances, my relationship with God.
Yeah.
And like everything will follow after that.
Yes.
The right person will come into my life. I truly believe that. I don't want to chase, anymore.
Yes.
I wasted so much time on like, dating apps and like texting and worrying about a response or like if I come off a certain way and just how I'm perceived, and it's just like that's drains like so much out of me. And I'm in such a happier and like more peaceful place than I've ever been in my life. Yeah, thanks. What about you? Are you dating at the moment?
No, I am not dating at the moment. I am in a place of my life where I am ready. I feel ready to share my life with someone now. I took a very long break, like maybe 8 years.
8 years?
Yes.
Whoa.
8 years that I was not dating. I think the last time I broke up was probably in 2014, and this is 2023. And it was, I think, last year, sometime mid last year, that was when I felt ready. Like I felt like, okay, I'm at a point in my life where I have healed enough from a lot of stuff, and not from relationship stuff, but just from losing my mom at the age of 15. So from grief, and have worked on myself. I strongly believe in self-work, doing the self-work. And so I just felt like I was ready. I was in a better place mentally, emotionally, financially. So yeah. So now I am ready. I am not dating right now, but I also do believe that, just keep doing you, and the right person will come along. The right person will find you. You will find the right person. So yeah, that's where I am right now in my life.
Gotcha. Wow, that's a really long time.
Yeah.
Most people could not really focus on themselves for such a long period of time, especially at your age. Like, you're still young.
Oh, how old do you think I am? I think I told you my age before.
You told me 30s, right?
Ugh! So I have told you.
Still 8 years.
Yeah.
22. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So the
You
last
spent
time
most of your 20s not dating.
Yes.
That's
true.
that's remarkable. Yeah.
Thank you. Before we end, we do play a game on this channel, and we did not tell you beforehand because it is very spontaneous, and that's the fun of the game. I get to ask you 2 questions. It could be a question, it could be something I would like for you to do. You do not have the option of saying no. Your only options are to answer the question, or to do that which you were asked to do, or to ask for a redirection, or to ask for me to ask you a different question. So no is not an option. No.
Can't say no.
Can't say no. And then in return, you get to ask me 1 question. Why? Because I have the privilege of being the host, so I get to ask you 2.
Okay.
And you are the guest, so you get to ask me 1.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go. What is your type of lady?
That's what I was going to ask you. Except man.
Wait, you were gonna ask. You can still ask me that. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. But what is your type? It's so funny. We were both thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
What is your type of lady?
Type? Oh man. To me, looks. it can go either way. I've dated, girls that don't look a specific way. But I think I do lean towards like brunette, like tan skin, light eyes, like full lips, nice teeth. Just gorgeous. That's my type. It's gorgeous. But someone who's selfless, someone who loves God, more than themselves, someone who is kind and genuine. What else? I can make a full list of just positive things that I want in a person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You play the guitar, don't you?
I'm learning. I would not say
learn.
I'm like good or anything, but I'm learning. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like another hobby.
Do you sing at all?
No.
Can I put you on a hot seat to sing something?
Can you ask me another question?
Okay. What makes you feel loved the most?
Oh, what makes me feel loved the most? Physical affection, and I guess like quality time. Yeah, like someone who is really invested. Yeah, that makes me feel loved.
Okay.
Those are my love languages. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for the ladies out there, if you happen to meet Blake and he is ready for a relationship, he just, drops some little germs so you know how to treat him in case you come across him and he's your type, okay? All right, now your question.
Oh man, what's your type?
What is my type? I like a godly man, a man that, seeks the Lord and continues to seek the Lord. I like a man that is very loving and is sensitive yet strong. I like a man that is very intentional and has great communication skills, like will just communicate very well. A man that will love to continue to grow in all aspects of life. Definitely tall. Yeah, definitely
tall.
Yeah, I do. I find myself to be attracted more to tall men. Yeah, who is kind, not just to me, to himself and to other people as well. It's very important to me that he is that. Yeah, that's my type.
Well, that's awesome. Would you rather be the funny one in the relationship or him might be funnier?
You don't get to ask me 2 questions. You get to ask me 1.
But it's a genuine question, though.
It's a genuine?
Yeah.
Wait, so the first one was not a genuine question?
No, they both are.
I really don't care who is the funny one.
No?
No, I don't consider myself to be funny, though some of my friends think I'm funny. But yeah, really, it doesn't matter to me who is the funny one. If he's funny, yes, we get to laugh. If he finds me funny, well, great. But yeah, I don't really care who is
Okay, I was
funny.
just curious.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. Well, Blake, thank you so much once again for coming here today and sharing with us your perspective on this topic. Oh, Blake is an actor, by the way. He is an actor, and hopefully one day we can get to do some things together in terms of acting. Yeah, but thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best in your acting career, and as you continue to grow and seek the Lord and just grow in general, I do wish you all the best in that as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So today, just like we said, I think that at the end of the day, it is what works for you. What we may believe in may not be, something that you want, or may not be something that works for you. So at the end of the day, as long as you find peace in your decision, as long as you feel loved in your decision, I think that that's all that matters. But yeah, don't let anyone make you feel like what you want doesn't matter, or what you want makes you less of a Christian, or less of a woman or a man, as long as it makes you happy. This is the chat with Selassie, and of course, I am Selassie. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of this community. It's all about being yourself, like just being your authentic self and accepting yourself radically. So we hope that you join our community. We hope that you share this video. We hope that you like. We hope that you hit the notification button so you do not miss a video. Well, thank you and have a wonderful day.